It's me, Professor Tree, and today I'm going to be going over everything you need to know when starting out for your journey in the Paldea region. Let's go! Despite the confusion in the previous video, between then and now the entire game has had its files leaked online, and the players have put together a collection of information. Among this sea of information is the final confirmed evolutions of the starter Pokemon, Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Sprigatito. The Fuecoco line changes quite a bit as it starts out with the adorable Fuecoco and ends with a rather ferocious looking Skeledirge, but you may be asking yourself what the middle evolution looks like. Well, if you haven't seen this already, it's been confirmed that the Crocodile leak from last video has been confirmed to be true. So the middle Evo is sombrero wearing Crocodile. Next up is the Dapper Duck Pokemon Quaxly. This line is quite a fast changing evolution line, going from the Donald Duck style design to a Salsa Dancer Peacock final design for its final evolution. Its middle Evo is quite nice, with a very elegant and wise feeling design with a simplistic colour palette. And finally, onto the plant cat Pokemon Sprigatito. This line seems to go in a very feline starter Pokemon way, as other examples have in the franchise, from a quadruped into a bipedal final design, very similar to that of Incineroar from Gen 6. This Pokemon overall though has a really cool design, and I really love the masquerade vibe it has in its final form. I do hope that in the future though they do try and give us an actual quadruped feline Pokemon starter, as I'm getting kind of tired of the bipedal designs, but I do really like this one. Now you're probably wondering what the final evolution's typings are. Well, first up is Skeledirge, being a fire ghost type, and a rather unique combination at that, as we haven't really seen that before in the Pokemon game franchise, meaning it's going to have a very unique way of battling, since physical attacks are all but useless against a ghost type, but with the addition of the fire typing I imagine it's going to be quite the scorcher. What's interesting about the final evolution of Quaxly is its typing, as a good portion of people seem to think that Quaxly was going down the water dark type route for its final evolution, but instead it's actually a water fighting type, allowing for a really diverse and interesting moveset, so the player can have a mix of physical and special attack type moves, allowing you to counterbalance most of what the region has to throw at you. And finally, onto the only Dark-type combo among the starters, Sprigatito's final evolution. What I personally find interesting about this combo is it seems to be a reoccurring pattern with the Cat-type starter Pokemon. For example, Litten was a pure Fire type, but evolving into Incineroar it adopts the Dark typing. And honestly, I think Pokemon just really likes giving cats the Dark typing for some reason. Next up is the evolution methods for some of the newest leaked Pokemon, in this case being how to evolve Sototl, Girafarig, Greavard, Bramblin, and Charcadet. First up is the evolution method to get yourself a Titan. This one's super simple, similar to how Arcanine needs a Firestone to be evolved from a Growler. You'll need an Ice Stone to evolve a Titan from a Sototl, and assuming the Ice Rocks are present in these games, similar to the previous existing entries in the franchise, it should be super duper easy. Next up is a rather tedious task. If you wish to evolve a Bramblin, be prepared to suffer a little when going to evolve this Pokemon, as it requires you to walk 1,000 steps with the Pokemon on the auto battle setting known as Let's Go. And the last three are rather interesting, as to evolve a Greavard into its final form Houndstone, it must be at level 30 and evolve at night. This is strangely similar to the Eevee line of Pokemon, specifically Umbreon. Whilst the Pokemon Girafarig evolves into its recently revealed Pokemon Ferrigarath, I can never say this one properly guys, I'm sorry, when you use the move Twin Beam twice. Granted, we don't know exactly how many times you need to use it to evolve the Pokemon, but it's neat to have another Pokemon that evolves via a move-based evolution. And the last of the three, Charcadet, is an item-based evolution to receive the version-exclusive Pokemon Ceruledge or Armarouge. To get these Pokemon, you're going to need the respective evolution items. For example, with Ceruledge, you're going to need a Malicious Armor, and to evolve an Armarouge, you're going to need the Auspicious Armor. Now, where we get these items and how we acquire them is completely unknown to me. I'm just going off of the leaks and information I have received from the Twitter pages and various other sources. But I'm sure that the game will find a way to make it easy, so if you want to get more than one, I'm sure it'll be entirely possible. Another really awesome bit of information is that Gon is the move tutor in these new games. Unlike Sword and Shield, where you'd have to go to the Poké Center to change out your Pokemon's moves, you can now change them wherever you are in the Paldea region, allowing you to mix up your moves no matter where you are. This is great for trainer battles and player battles against your friends. This is great for a few reasons, as the main one being that if you fail at a gym, you can restructure your team to fill in the gaps you had previously in your movesets, allowing to aid you in the best way possible in beating the gyms. This is also great because it allows players to really explore the different moves and different abilities Pokemon can use in these new games, allowing for a fun adventure without too many annoying hurdles to deal with for inexperienced players. Another really interesting change is if you transfer a Gen 8 or earlier Pokemon to Scarlet and Violet, its moves will be reset to that of what it will be found within the wilds of Paldea, as a handful of moves such as Scald have become moves specific to certain Pokemon, with this one in this instance being Volcanion. What makes this change even more interesting is the addition of habitat information added to the Pokedex, allowing for the location of certain Pokemon to become a lot easier to locate. This is great for numerous reasons, though the main benefit for the shiny hunting community is that assumedly the critical capture mechanic will have been brought forward into these games as it has been in the previous games, and it will allow players to locate Pokemon a lot easier when hunting for specific shinies, allowing them to expand their collections to all the shinies they could possibly want, as well as making it easier to go and chain catches and increase their shiny rates. There's also been confirmed information that there is only one battle against the Elite Four, so once you've beaten them, there's no re-challenge, which kinda sucks from a gameplay perspective as I really enjoyed making a whole new team and beating them over and over again, so this change is sad for me personally. But I'd imagine for this, it's more of a story reason why they've changed this part of the game's normal mechanics, as I'm hoping that it's not something as they just didn't want to let us battle the Elite Four again, but other leakers themselves haven't confirmed whether or not this is true, as a lot of this information is currently under scrutiny, until proven true. And another sad change is that this game will not feature a battle tower of any kind, unlike the most recent entries into the series. This could be because the DLC may be going to Kalos, or Southern Kalos at least, but only time will tell when Nintendo or Pokemon confirms this information. Unfortunately, that will be all from me today, trainers. I am so freaking excited for these new games and new adventures that are just on the horizon, and I cannot wait to hear about what all of you get up to in this awesome new region. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below and subscribe for more news and info to help you out on your journey. Goodbye!